Home Depot has creepy Christmas decorations? I never knew Home Depot went all out on their Christmas merchandise, but apparently they do. You'll come across everything from Christmas trees to inflatables and even creepy animatronics. So let's go to Home Depot and check out everything they got, and then I'll head over to Lowe's to see how they compare. I guess first we'll look at the animatronics because they are really something special. Before I talk about these three, let's look at the other ones. First up, we have these two animatronics. You got the classic reindeer and Santa. And if you look at the reindeer, all he does is just move his head around and that's it. I definitely like this a lot better than the Spirit Christmas one, but I guess overall I'm really not a big fan of reindeer animatronics. I guess they can have their place, but I'm not going to spend $200 on this guy. I would say the animatronic right next to him is way better. You have this big Santa, and he's right in the middle of writing his list. Am I on there? I'm gonna try to look for my name. I don't see it. I guess I'm on the naughty list. But if you look on the ground, he actually has a button, and if you press it, he should start talking. Well, he is moving his mouth, but I can barely hear him. Over on this side, you have this huge toy soldier animatronic. Apparently, it's around 8 feet tall, and I believe it. It almost looks like it doesn't move, but when you push the button, it actually just doesn't do anything, but it's supposed to. And now that leaves us with these last three. I've never seen greater animatronics in my life. First up, you have this 6-foot Grinch animatronic, and it's actually the same exact thing that's at Spirit Christmas, but that one is a lot shorter. This is basically a bigger version of that one. And when you push the button, he does the exact same dance. Right in the middle between these two is this minion animatronic. The workers probably hate this guy. It's basically just a minion with a big Santa hat, and when you push the button, you immediately regret it. I will say the sound may get annoying over time, but the movement on him is pretty good. But of course, being a minion, he's super short compared to everything else, so he's practically just sitting on the floor. But right next to him, I saved the best for last. We have Buddy the Elf. Get ready to have nightmares tonight with this thing. I saw someone post a video of this on YouTube, and I almost didn't even believe it was real. I thought to myself, there's no way they can make an animatronic that looks this bad. It looks nothing like Will Ferrell. But here it is. It's a real thing, and he's looking great. He's doing the classic pose from the poster, and I gotta say, overall the outfit's fine. It's just that face. And then on the tag it says detailed hair and sculpting. Yeah, I don't know about that. But when you push the button, he says lines from the film.
A cotton-headed ninny muggin.
Let's hear another one.
Hey, buddy.
Please stay away from me. I will say, I wish the lines were a little bit longer though. You push the button and they're like 1 second long. Like, look at this.
I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
That's it. That was the shortest line I ever heard in my life. Well, now that I saw every animatronic, let's look around at all the other decorations they have, because there is a bunch to see. First up over here is this huge archway where it's a big ribbon. But before you enter, they have this big penguin statue right here, and it's just 3 of them stacked on each other. But as you make your way on through, this is where the magic begins. On this side is that animatronic toy soldier, but over here is a classic. It's this massive 8-foot Santa statue, and he is definitely big. I can see why people want to buy it, because when you put it outside of your house, he's definitely going to stand out. Now up on the top on the shelves, they have a bunch of stuff as well. It looks like they're out of stock on some things, but I'll take a look at what they do have. Over at the end here is where the inflatables would be. Like I said, they seem to be out of a lot of stuff. So all the way at the end here is just Rudolph. He's all by himself. And then over here, you have this mouse eating a cookie, and his mouth actually moves. And then right in the front, they shove this dog in there with a Santa hat. And then you have some more empty space until you get to the Grinch and his dog, and there's really nothing special about it. It's just the Grinch. Now, next to all of that, we have more of these type of decorations. You have a big Santa, big snowman, and then these presents in the middle. And that one's got a dog coming out of it. And then we got more of those. You have some reindeers in the back standing on each other with lights, and then this big Santa sleigh with reindeer. Making our way along, we have more of the simple decorations. You got an angel right there, some reindeer, you got a big snowman with a broom. Continuing along, you have a big angel right here, and behind her is the nativity scene. And then at the end of all of that, you have a reindeer, another reindeer, and Santa's sleigh in the back. And in case you're wondering where you can buy all of this stuff, well, if you look right below, that's where it all is. Starting all the way at the end, you have some of the animatronics that were on sale. Like, here's that Buddy the Elf one. I almost want to buy it and pair it up with the Wednesday animatronic I have. It would just be funny to see those two together. You also got some of the Santas. They got one of the Minions. They have a bunch of the Grinch animatronics in stock. Some of the reindeer animatronics. That's the one I'll definitely pass on. And then at the bottom, they just have the penguin statue. Next to that is where all the inflatables are. They have a bunch of different ones that aren't even on display. You got the generic reindeer. This dog is actually up there. That's the one they shoved in front of the mouse. You got different elves, this snowman, Santa, a Christmas tree, a penguin, and then a big polar bear with a penguin and a reindeer. But that's just the simple ones they have. If you like Disney, they got a bunch of those as well. Don't forget about the Grinch. They have the Grinch himself, Cindy Lou Who, and even the Grinch hanging down from the roof. For some reason, I actually kind of like this one. You have Santa and a reindeer. It's like they're waking up for work with their cup of joe. It's like two work buddies took a photo together. But then right next to that, you have this snowman who seems pretty upset. But if you look at this dog, you can see why. The dog's peeing right on him. What a great inflatable. But Home Depot really seems to like the Grinch because you have one right here that says naughty or nice and another one where he's stealing presents. If you're a fan of the Grinch, you won't be disappointed at Home Depot. And continuing with that, over here we have all the lights. I wanted you to know what the first one is actually the Grinch. What a big surprise. But that's not all they have. You can also get a snowman, regular lights, or even candy canes. But if you don't want any of that crazy stuff, the rest of the shelves are all just the basic normal lights. But you might be thinking with all these lights, you're gonna need a tree to put them on, and you'd be correct. That's why right across over here, they have all the different trees you could want. These are just the boxes that they're in, but if you look on the other side, they have them all on display, so you can pick your favorite tree. Now over here on these shelves is a section I really wanted to talk about. This is so nostalgic to me because I remember as a kid going in Walmart and seeing all of these different type of toys where they would move around and stuff. I feel like you barely see them anymore, so I'm glad to see them here in Home Depot. Let's take a look at every one. Right at the end here, you have this minion that's not a plush, it's just a statue that lights up. Same with the dog back there from the Grinch, Max. Next to him, you have Donald Duck, and it's one of those where it moves all around and goes crazy. All right, I guess he had enough, it's not moving. Right here, we have a pickle that's playing pickleball, and he goes crazy. Behind him is this cow, and when you push the button, it jumps all around. Right in the front, we have this dog, and his voice is just amazing. We also have this dog, and he just flaps his ears all around. Right here, we have a cow that rocks out. Look at him go. He's stealing the show. We have Santa in a rocking chair. All it is just him relaxing in a rocking chair, but I like it. Continuing on down, we have a nutcracker that plays music. You can barely see him with this big tag, but continuing on with instruments, here's Santa playing the tuba, and he's really good at it. In the front here is this dog, and I guess he's like a rapper. I had something just like this where it was a frog doing the same thing. And then these guys at the end are just random decorations, so I'm not even going to talk about them. Below that, you got more of these decorations. You got a bunch of these cows. But here's a new one. We have a pig, and I think it's going to do the same thing. Or it just does absolutely nothing. Here we go. That's what it's supposed to do. Over on this middle shelf, here's more of the same stuff we just saw, but I guess these guys are new. You have the Grinch, and it actually sings. I'm guessing the minion does the same thing. Yep, it does. And then on the bottom shelf, the only new stuff is these two cars. We have Mickey driving his, and then this car is from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And when you push the button, they drive all around. Look at them go. Are they going to crash into each other? Oh, they just miss each other. Over on the other side of that, they just have a bunch of these standard decorations. Not really the stuff I'm into. I guess someone got mad at this one. Look how destroyed the box is. I mean, what happened? Did it fall out of the sky? And then all the way over here, there's a whole other row of stuff to see. At the end here, we have a Mickey Mouse statue. You have this Minion statue. And then you have these two dogs, which I can actually see a lot of people buying. Below that is these Nutcracker statues. And then you have these three characters where it's a penguin holding a wreath, this random cow, and then Santa himself with hot chocolate, I'm guessing, or maybe coffee. Over here, you have this box for a nativity scene, a couple standing Santa statues. Below that is just some ornaments. They're all pretty generic. And then right here on this shelf, there's actually another animatronic. I missed this one. It's just this little Grinch, and when you push the button, his head moves back and forth. But I'm guessing there's supposed to be more animatronics here, because if you look at this note, it says that they have a limit to one per customer, where they have an animated Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and a Minion. But they don't seem to be here at all. The Grinch is the only thing left, and I guess nobody wanted him. And at the top of that shelf, they have all of these decorations, but they're so generic, I don't even know what to say about them.
So that was Home Depot, but as for Lowe's, I assumed it would be just as good, but I was wrong. This place was dead. There was empty shelves everywhere you looked, and it felt depressing just being in there. So if it wasn't obvious enough, Home Depot clearly wins. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I am now selling merch. Click the link in the description to get yours today.